Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Basic Engineering Mathematics chapter number 4, whose name is Using a Calculator, and this is the lecture number 6. And in this lecture we are going to discuss pi and exponential functions. The number pi, that is a Greek letter. You can see that this is called pi, and it is a Greek letter, and it is basically the ratio of the circumference to its diameter, and it is used to represent the circle circumference. And we are not going into details. And the second one is the exponential function, and you can see that this is the exponent here, and it is x, and we can replace this x with 1 2 3 4 so on, with whatever the demand of the question and the situation. And right now we are not going the details, and we just concentrate on the calculator, how to write these functions on a calculator and how to use these functions, not what the basically these functions belongs from which family. We are not going in details. We will go in details when we reach to the specific chapter, and at the specific time I will explain them later. So first of all, locate the pi key on the calculator. Where is the pi key? Pi key is here, mostly at the key that is for the power function at power function of base 10. And you can see that this key we already discussed, but now if we press the shift, because this is the secondary function of this power x raised 10 raised to power x. So if I press this and then pi appears here, its value is very simple, 3.17. But if I press this shift key, sorry, not shift key, just press this key to switch it into decimal, then 3.141592 so on, and we just use mostly its round of value, that is 3.14. And I can again repeating the same thing, just pressing this shift key and equals to directly go into the decimal case. And now our second case, that is the exponential function. How we can use the exponential function? Simple. Here the natural log, you can see that ln key, and the secondary function here of the ln key is to enter the exponential function, which is the required function of today's episode. So just pressing this key, exponential appears, and you can see that there is a box on the exponent, and we can type whatever we want. And just pressing 1 here means if just e. If I press 1, you can see that it means just e. If there is nothing on this e, it means it has a power of 1. So just pressing this 2.718, this means the power of e is 2.7182 and something, if we use the round of figures, because this is not used, it's much lengthy. So locate the pi key on the calculator. This is example number 1, and very simple, 3.57. just type 3.57 and just press the shift key, and this is our answer. And the calculator just tries to simplify it maximum in the fractional portion, and you can see that he just tries to remove this decimal portion here by multiplying it with 100, and if we multiply it at the numerator with 100, and denominator is also multiplied with, but we need right now the answer in the decimal places. So just pressing this key to shift from the basic function of the calculator into decimal, 11.2154, this is the and if we want to round off, 11.22. Example number 2, we will try to introduce the shift key and pressing the ln key to use the secondary function, the exponential function of the calculator. And we need 2.34, just enter 2.37 this, and press equals 10.69. this is whatever we want, and if we want to correct up to how many decimal places, just that's it from the today's discussion. We will introduce further keys next time, and how to write the equation. And further, next episode is the last episode and most important episode of this chapter, and we will try to discuss to understand how to write and how to solve the equations by using the calculator. And this is the homework. Practice very simple questions. This is, I'm sorry, this is a mistake here I saw right now. This is type 2 time 1 dot 1 dot. It is only one time. For example, just forget this one dot. This is a question number 1 and it starts from here 1.59 pi. Second question is again type 2 time 2 dot 2 dot. The question is basically 7 pi minus 1. This 1 or 2, this is mistakenly typed 2 times. And here you can see the screenshot of the question. This looks a little bit lengthy here, and if you try to solve this question on this question, this is a little bit tricky and lengthy. This covers the previous all the cases we had discussed approximately. For example, you can see that here the square root is also covered, practice of the square root, and practice of the exponential function, practice of the pi function, practice of using the brackets, practice of using the fraction. And for example, if I try to just solve here, because I have the time in this episode, so just pressing this key to end, so the square root function appears, and just pressing this, and we want here the fraction, the numerator and denominator. First of all, we are, and our cursor is in numerator, just type 5.52, and we need to enter the pi, and switching into the denominator by pressing this key, 2, and here E. First of all, we need to enter the press the shift key, and here we had exponential function -2, and then we have just press this key to leave from the exponent, just multiply sign, and again we need to enter the square root 26.73, and then pressing this key, again this key, you can see its cursor is on the main level, and just pressing this closed brackets and then pressing equals. Very simple, 3.52. And let's see our answer, 3.52. Yeah, it's correct. Okay, you can just solve this example, and all of these will be covered in this. So just solve this question number 10. I recommend you don't try to solve this one. Very simple. Okay, further discussion will be continued next time. Watch, learn, grow.